Welcome to Strip Cover Lit. The biggest books. The bestest looks. And?
Just finish it. I don't have it in me. I don't have the fortitude today.
All the charm it ever took. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
What you got?
This is Variety Hour.
Yeah.
Today's Variety Hour brought to you by Steve Donahue, dare I say, the modern Kurt Vonnegut.
Are you badgering Donahue again?
Am I No, I would never badger Donahue.
I think you are.
No, that doesn't sound like something I would do.
Well, so it goes.
There we are.
You gotta jump all over my damn punchline, Dalton. I had it set up and everything.
I haven't slept since 2 days ago. I have no idea where I am.
See, it's funny, because we both get these comments that we speak differently when we're doing solo videos. You get those too, right?
Yes.
You know why that is?
Why is that?
Well, someone made a comment that you speak more deeply.
Because I'm not fearing for my life.
Right.
I'm not using defense mechanisms.
You're not defending against a predator, which was glorious, and I wish I could credit that person, but it escapes me. I speak differently because my natural tendency is somewhere between Jeff Goldblum and Christopher Walken for pregnant silences. I can't do that around you because you jump in.
I do.
Because, and I've noticed this, you're not wishing to partake in conversation. You've got something you want to say. That silence, because you weren't listening to me, strikes you as an opening in conversation.
Well, if I don't jump in on it, I'll forget about it. I've got to jump right in on it. You don't want that lull in conversation. But I do it to myself when I'm filming solo as well. Like, I will be moving... I talk fast. This has always been a curse. I do a lot of stage performances. That's always been something that's mentioned. You talk too fast. Slow down. Enjoy your pause. I will be going on a solo video so fast that I'll forget what I'm saying, and I'll start to jumble. I'm like, I should pause here and collect and try to say this correctly, but I'm just going to go with it anyway, and then I'll go back and be like, that's not right. What was I saying? Let me correct myself. It's very uncomfortable.
Well, and I don't like my natural tendencies either, because when I'm editing, I have to go back and I've learned to recognize the opening to the show from my mouth in silence. So I will turn the volume all the way down, which one of these days is going to screw us because I will start the show and then we'll screw up and have to start over, and I won't catch it because that welcome to Strip Cover Lit has already come out of my mouth.
You've got a smooth opening in Strip Cover Lit. When I film by myself, this is how it goes. I will just, awkward pause. I'll give myself a second so I know where to, cut and trim. And I go, like, I take the deepest breath I can to start because I know I'm not going to breathe the rest of the video.
Yeah.
So, like, most of my videos either start abruptly because I've tried to cut that out, or you get the build-up, the amp.
It's like one of those old Zeppelins being filled up.
But anyway... So we're standing out on your balcony because I have to have a cigarette in between takes, and we turn on...
Today, he's had to have 3 and 4 cigarettes between videos.
I'm so tired. So we turn on the YouTubes, and Steve posted a video badgering us about a Kurt Vonnegut tattoo, and I love Steve, I do.
Do you?
I do. I've always enjoyed Steve.
Do you really?
I do. I try to catch Steve's videos when I can. He posts too many of them for me because I can't keep up.
He's the only person on BookTube with more videos than us, I think.
It's insane the amount that man can pump out.
He's got 2,100 videos, I think.
I don't know how he does it.
That's 4 times us.
It's impressive. It's impressive. But he brought up the idea of, getting literary tattoos and how he's not a fan of tattoos, which is fine.
That's not fair. He brought up that we brought up.
He brought up that we brought up literary tattoos.
Steve's not going out and getting all tatted up at this point.
I will put him out on this right now. Steve, if you want to get a tattoo, I'll fly out. We'll make it happen.
Are you going to give him a prison tattoo? What do you mean you'll fly out and make it happen?
I would fly out and get a tattoo with Steve.
With him. I thought you were taking your pen and your hammer and...
I can boldly make that statement because I know he is absolutely not going to go for it. It's fine.
What do you think? What literary tattoo do you think Steve would get?
I don't know. Steve reads so much that I don't know what I would narrow it down to. I'd like to hope something good. I'm sure he's going to tell us in the response video to this because that's how Steve operates, because he's a damn gentleman.
I'm sure there is some quote in Tale of Genji by Lady Murasaki that Steve would have. Where is my Tale of Genji?
I don't know, but I know where my copy is on my shelf because every time I look at it, I'm like, a philandering tale about a meandering male. Is that it?
A meandering tale of a philandering male.
I haven't slept.
Well, the word choice, the word order is important there.
Slightly.
A philandering tale.
Oh, this is going downhill in a hot minute.
When was the last time you were philandered by a tale, Dalton?
I don't know.
You were saying something, though.
But no, he talked a little bit about tattoos. He's not a fan of tattoos, which is fine. I know a lot of people who are, and that's cool.
Also, he's the only person on BookTube with more videos than us. He's the only person on BookTube crustier than us.
It's true. It's amazing. It's amazing. But
did you hear me just Steve laugh?
You did. All my tattoos I share with someone, which is a strange thing because most people are like they want an individualized tattoo. I can't even do that. I need somebody to go with me and get the exact same tattoo.
You have to have someone's hand to hold?
Like, I need somebody else with me to get the exact same tattoo. Or did you find the Tale of Genji?
Yeah.
Are you reminiscing at this point?
Seek not in the wide world to find a home, but where you chance to rest, call that your house. Again, monarchs may keep their palaces of jade, for in a leafy cottage two can sleep. There you go, Steve. I got your tattoo all picked out.
Just a leafy cottage.
Yeah, leafy cottage. He calls his house a cottage, doesn't he? The Hyde Cottage? Is that what he calls it?
I'm not sure 100%.
Okay.
We should start naming your apartment, though. Like, I feel like you need a name for your home.
The Hermitage.
The Hermitage? That's fine. It's basically the hovel from Frankenstein. You just crawl into it and you learn.
Yet black my sorrow as the gown thou wouldst have worn. That's a good one.
I hate to say this because sometimes I make outlandish claims when I haven't slept. We should review the Tale of Genji.
You don't remember how much this text murdered you, do you?
I remember hating it. Absolutely hating it. I would like to revisit it.
Would you?
I think so.
If on this day of shooting my arrow went astray, 'twas in that dim morning twilight, only the mark had glimmered in my view.
It has chops.
Steve's gonna be all sorts of tatted up, man.
Just the full sleeve.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Full sleeve of the Tale of Genji.
So, something I'd like to bring up with this. So you highlight in your books, I highlight in my books. That is highlighted in pink. I have made the executive decision that I'm going to get away from yellow highlights.
Because they just fade too fast?
They fade too fast. Because anytime I pick up an old book, I've been doing this How to Read Books Good series, and going back to some old text, like I find the yellow highlights, but like the nicotine-stained pages have just blended in so well you can't see them anymore, and it's infuriating to me.
So that the yellow highlights are now the whitest part of the page?
It angers me, and I don't like it, so I'm going to switch colors so I can keep my notes forever.
No, indeed, said Genji, but I feel I owe you an apology for preventing you from spending a happy hour with the lady whom you had come to visit. That's the Tale of Genji in a sentence.
Yeah.
And this is the abridged, so Steve would murder us for this. Because I'm pretty sure this is an abridged version of the Tale of Genji.
The full text is like 8,000 pages long.
So yeah.
Yeah. Did you find a bookmark in there?
I did.
I'm so proud of you. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind revisiting it. I think there's worth in that. I will regret this.
Yeah.
But maybe we should. That was from our world literature class, wasn't it?
Yes.
I hated that class.
You didn't read a single thing from that class.
I read Anna Karenina. Anya Karenina.
Yeah, no you didn't.
And Anna Karenina.
Yeah, no you didn't.
One video, since we're talking about Steve today, one of his recent videos, when he did the genre recommendation tag, he's like, well, you would not recommend to someone Anna Karenina on their first go. I'm like, I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. That's the worst book that I've never read. I don't know what you're talking about. Wrote a great paper on it, though. Not bad at all.
Most things about you piss me off.
Yeah.
And like we've come to the realization now that there's one point every week where I just become disheartened.
That was it?
No, it wasn't even that. I was just mad that time. But I will become disappointed with you at some point during this filming.
That's fair. That's fair.
In fact, no, it just happened on my balcony.
Yeah?
It just happened on my balcony.
What on my balcony disappointed you?
So 2 weeks ago, how did filming go?
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Not well.
Not well. It didn't go.
Oh, it didn't go. That was
It
2
went
weeks
on
ago.
Saturday.
Okay.
3 weeks ago, how did filming go?
Didn't go.
It didn't go at all.
Okay.
Which means that in the Dalton lunar cycle, we're coming up on the point where we have to stop filming early.
We have to stop filming early? Oh, have to stop the filming early. Oh, that's okay.
What were you talking about on the balcony?
I'm fading.
Yeah.
It's a getting
2
to
videos
that
in.
point. It's a bad week.
Yeah.
However, I will say last week went well. Last week went swimmingly.
Last week we filmed exactly the number of videos that we need to film in order to get through this year.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Which is the
hitting
first
the
time
average.
this year that we've done this.
Not a bad day.
One thing you want to try with life, and I'm not here to give life lessons, but here's one. You need to start journaling.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I did for a while. I really did.
Okay, so what just happened there was a pregnant pause,
Okay.
after which I was going to go into the reason.
Please fill in.
You need
Jeff
to start.
Goldblum.
You need to start journaling.
Please fill in.
But you went ahead there, didn't you?
I did.
No, make your point.
Oh, I did for a while. I read David Sedaris'
Sedaris.
Theft by Finding. And I decided, you know what? We're going to give it a shot. We're going to do a little journaling. And it went well for a while. And I still have it. And I haven't written in it about a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So one thing that journaling / free writing. I call mine free writing because what I do is I sit down and I just write the fluff that's in my mind until I can get to fiction.
Okay.
One thing I noticed with journaling / free writing for myself was in grad school. I was going to the library every day and I was writing 500 words. I was reading 30 pages of short stories, whatever I had to read for class and whatever, all this stuff. I had this daily routine that I had set up for myself that was bliss for me.
Okay.
Because it was all in the literary world, right? It was reading, it was writing, it was creating. I did some essays there. During that time, I went back. I finished a notebook, which was always, like you mentioned just today, it's always a good feeling.
Yes.
What I always do when I finish a notebook is I sort of leaf back through it. See, because a lot of times I will have short stories that I started and never finished in there.
That's fair.
And if I start them but don't finish them, they never get typed up. So there's a very real chance that I've got like 300 short stories that I don't even know I've got 80% of. So I'm going back through and I'm reading a lot of what I had written the past couple months. At that point, I was going through a notebook a month, a notebook every month and a half maybe. And I realized that in this free writing, with which I started every day, boom, 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 I kept complaining. And it was, don't feel good today, didn't sleep too well, need to get my words, yada, 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 got to start writing fiction, got to get to the fiction, I'm not writing fiction yet, yada, yada, yada. And every day, and it never redawned on me that the previous day, I sat down and complained about how tired I was and how I didn't have any time for writing fiction or any ideas for writing fiction. And then eventually, during the day, I would start writing fiction.
Okay.
So once I went back and I noticed that, I got to diagnose myself with dipshittery. I was being a dipshit. And I was just sitting down and trying to get to that word count. And at some point, I guilted myself enough that I started writing fiction. And after that point, I was able to sit down and tell myself, you're not writing a goddamn word in this notebook about how tired you are. And it was like pouring gasoline on a fire, man. And I was able to just sit down and go through it. But what you're doing, I guarantee you on a daily basis, is there is some small excuse that you give yourself. And it's probably different, but it's the same mechanism. So today, you're tired. You didn't sleep. Last week, boy, it was cold. And you're pissed off because it's cold. And I'm not trying to get on you.
That's fair.
And I'm not saying that I don't do this. I guarantee you I still do this, and I don't notice it half the time. But once you realize that about yourself, you're able to take a step back from the ego and say, you moron, look at how much of your life you're wasting being pissy just to be pissy. And I don't mean you. I'm not attacking
No,
you.
you're fair. You're good.
I do this. And I guarantee you it's not special to you and me.
That's fair.
There's very little special about either of us, let alone the both of us.
So I think... Are you good, Jeff? Are you good, Jeff? Okay. So I think, like, you pointed this here. You said it became the routine, and that became your bliss, where you'd get this done, you'd get this done, you'd get this done. It was routine. That is where I suffer. When things become routine for me, I can't do it. I need a little bit of chaos.
I guarantee you that there is... Take it away from the nomenclature of routine.
Okay.
Give it a rhythm. I guarantee you that there is something by which... So I've started doing a series for Bantam. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to take an outside perspective of my life and break it down into the major categories of things I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
And take an outside view. I've realized that Wednesdays murder me. Whether I'm off on Wednesday or whether I work on Wednesday, Wednesdays are terrible for me. I don't read, I don't write, I don't make videos, I don't go to the gym. Wednesdays, for whatever reason, I went Mike Tyson.
That's fine. It's ridiculous.
But I guarantee you there is some rhythm to life that would set you on a basically like riding through the ocean on a wave.
Okay.
And what happens is, maybe it's not a weekly rhythm for you. Maybe it's not a daily rhythm for you. Maybe there's once every 23 and a half days where Dalton has to get shitty drunk. But I guarantee you, there is a rhythm that you would find for yourself if you dedicated yourself to finding it. I was lucky in that aspect that at that time, I took a lot of debt for it, but I had gotten myself to where I was only working my last quarter in grad school a single day a week.
Okay.
And I was able to find a rhythm that worked for me. I was able, because I love literature so much, there's going to be something to which, now the problem is, you have a work schedule.
Yes.
That's probably not the best for you.
No.
Right? And you hate it.
Yep.
I hate my job for 40 hours a week, and by God, I'm there and I'm productive, right? These are the things that get you out. So it might be your natural, was it circadian rhythm? Maybe naturally you wake up at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
You can't do that, can you?
I cannot.
So that's going to throw everything out of sorts in little waves around it. And it's just like a big boat running through the ocean. All the little waves it creates on the side of it are going to be hell for somebody, right? I guarantee you there is some rhythm to life into which you could fall, and you would be on basically a natural high.
Yeah. It's great. It's good theory, but I don't know.
I guarantee it.
Figuring myself out is a constant struggle because you get into that rhythm of things. You know, work's going well, you're waking up at the same time every day, you know your routine, you're being productive, things are getting filmed ahead, the reading's getting done well, and there just will come a day, for no reason whatsoever, the day will be progressing as normal where I'm like, not today, time to set it on fire.
Yeah, well, I think everyone goes through those phases once in a while.
Yeah.
What you're doing, and again, not judgment, what you're doing is you're setting everything on fire every 3 days, which
Fair.
means there's something seriously off for you, which sort of sucks because you are in several situations that are the happiest that I should have ever seen you. Your relationship's going great for you.
Wonderfully.
Yeah. That is a strength of your life right now.
Absolutely.
You're not allowing yourself to really profit from it. You're allowing yourself to enjoy it, I think.
I don't like the unexpected because it could be a very simple thing.
So that's super contradictory to what you just said.
I know. I want the unexpected because I want to just be able to say one day, I'm like, not today, time to go do something I want to do. That's fine. I'm going to recharge. But if something comes up, whether it be just any little thing, the flat tire in the car, something's going on with mom, any of those things will just derail my week because I have no control over it.
Yeah, those things happen.
I don't like it.
So what's happening is the unexpected bad stuff comes up, or the unexpected not wanted. I won't say bad, but unexpected not wanted comes up, and you set your week on fire.
Yeah.
And then your breaking point comes, and you set your week on fire. So it becomes, every 3 days, we're setting everything on fire.
It's not bad 3 days, though. I mean, once even those 3 days.
No.
They ain't
because
bad.
what happens is, the day you set everything on fire sucks. The day after you set everything on fire sucks. You get 1 day of productivity. So you're going, everything sucks, good day, everything sucks, good day, everything sucks, good day.
Those good days are nice, though. Aren't they nice? So speaking of just
And again, I don't think that's a you thing.
That's fair.
And I think it's a more common thing for people than. And how many people do you know, especially our age? I'll say our age because I think it's a generation thing, not a we're 5 years apart thing.
Fair.
But not that it's only our generation that does it, but you notice it within your generation. I think people in your generation have the same complaints. How many people do you know that complain incessantly about work?
That's fair.
Which is an all-time thing, right?
Pretty much everyone.
How many people do you know that complain incessantly about some form of social media? You know, if you have 5 friends, at least 3 of them are complaining about it. But guess what? They all use Facebook. They all use Twitter.
Don't make any change about it.
Right. Don't make any change about it.
I've noticed this about myself, and what really gets me is if something is new, I'm good with it. Once I am like learning the mechanics of it and figuring it out, no problem at all.
And then you find a reason to be pissy.
But once I figure out that I'm good at it, and I don't have anything to, like, I can't learn anything from this, it's just routine at this point, like new job, I'm done with it. There's no point. I mean, I can come in and do the same thing and you're going to give me a paycheck. Yay. I'll be fine without one. So, like, I will self-destruct myself because I'm not feeling any kind of change. There's nothing new for this. I don't like the routine. I am bad with routine.
Well, don't you ever start self-destructing myself.
Well, that's fair. I like to self-destruct selves. We're just going into, like, multiple time streams. But that's fine. I don't know. It's a strange thing, productivity, because there are some days where you just feel better than others. But there are certain people, you being one of them, who will grit through the bad days and continue to be as productive as possible. That's not me.
I think, if I may say this, I think you're afraid of the responsibility of authority.
Okay.
I think you're afraid that once you get good at that's why you say, when something is new and I'm learning it, I'm good with it. But once it comes to the point where there might be expectations to improve, not to learn, but to improve, to become sufficient, you say, gotta set it on fire, right? So there is a type of responsibility that comes with authority. With great power comes great responsibility, right? I think that you run from responsibility.
That's a fair statement.
And I think that it's starting to piss me off.
That's fair.
I'm just saying, no.
Starting? Let's use our words correctly.
No, I think that is there, and it helps to. So I've got problems with. I don't have that problem. My problem is with recognizing someone else's authority.
Yeah.
And you've got that problem too.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
my problem is I don't want you to tell me what to do, but I'll be damned if I tell me what to do.
Yeah. No. Your real problem in that little niche is that you don't want someone to tell you what to do, but you have to have someone tell you what to do.
This is fair.
You're not a self-starter.
But I have this conversation with myself all the time, like, you really need to do this. I'd be like, how dare you tell me what to do? You're not doing anything today, and you're going to enjoy it.
Well, and it's a hell of a predicament with your psychological makeup.
Okay.
Because you want to be successful. I can give you that you genuinely want to be successful.
Okay.
But you genuinely don't want to do the work. You are not a self-starter, but when someone rips the cord, you're willing to go.
That's fair.
Right? Once someone started that in, you need me.
Is that what this was?
That's what I'm telling you.
A 25-minute breakdown of you need me?
You need me.
Oh my.
In the same way that Steve needs Lady Murasaki tattoos.
That's fair.
Right? It would complete Steve, wouldn't it?
I would just be really happy if he got knuckle tattoos of like Genji, but he put the J and the I on the last finger because it just didn't fit. I'm happy and I'm sold.
Salt.
I would get salt tattooed on my knuckles. I'm fine with that. I could dig it. Anyway, I have nowhere to go from this. What?
I've got a new name for our webcast.
Our webcast?
Yeah, so
What are you?
we're the punk and the monk.
The punk and the monk? Oh, that's bad.
You're a punk and I'm a monk.
That's bad.
I live in a weird little cave.
It never fails to amuse me. Every now and then, we just got a comment very recently talking about our 5K, what we're going to do. Somebody said, I'd really like just like an in-depth look of Adrian's well-organized, book-filled apartment. Shh. And like, I always sit there, I'm looking at these comments, I'm like, I want to respond to this, but like, I don't want to put Adrian down, so I'm just going to do it in video format.
You just want to turn the camera around.
You want to see a well-organized little shindig, you come to my house.
Yeah.
I keep things organized and nice and neat. Then Adrian's house.
Well, here's part of it, though. Part of it is that I'm constantly working.
You are.
Because I'm constantly working and I'm constantly tweaking and I'm constantly fidgeting with something, I never know where to put it because I've got too many things in too few places. And all that energy that I would use to do my laundry and to vacuum and to clean the dishes, by the time I get to that stuff, I'm conked.
My issue is I'm okay with my house being a little cluttered, laundry's piling up. It's fine. I like to entertain people, though. And when they come over, I want them to be comfortable. Therefore, the house must be immaculate. Because if you're going to come over, I'm going to entertain you. Maybe you'll be staying the night. I want you to be comfortable here. Have a good time. Tell your friends.
I can't have anyone over. I got a bunch of toys in the living room.
That's fair. That's fair. This is the living room, by the way. And I could probably throw this pin and hit the rest of the house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just furniture at this point. That's fine. So this was Variety Hour.
This was a strange Variety Hour.
This was a strange... Every now and then we have to have a psychoanalysis.
God damn it. God damn it, Steven. God damn Steve. This Variety Hour started because we were pissed off that Steve was critiquing us, and we went on for 28 minutes with us critiquing us. That sly son of a bitch.
He knows what he's doing. No, this Variety Hour started with me literally saying, we're really harping on Vonnegut that bad? We're going to go film Variety Hour right now because I really want to call him the modern Vonnegut just because.
I don't think you ever even got around to that until just now, did you?
I did. I started the show out brought to you by Steve Donahue, the modern Kurt Vonnegut. Okay. Which, by no means is there any factual evidence or anything behind it. I just really wanted to say it because I like to, get his chops a little bit. You got to turn him on. You got to work up. You got to fire him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think of some type of pun with it, but I can't. I'm not thinking of anything that I can say on camera.
Fair. So this was Variety Hour. If you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I don't know what I just did there, but I'm okay with it. Give this video a like as well. I gesture a lot.
It's your stage presence.
And if you want to help us create more great content like this here on Strip Cover Lit, there is a link, as always, to our Patreon to be found in the description below.